What is up, Edison Duelist? This is Dionysus, aka Young Puds, coming at you guys with some more shameless, hype beast, GIGAVISE content. Folks, I'm not going to waste any more time. We are going to get right into it. This is a classic episode of Shameless Hype Beast GIGAVISE content with Dionysus, aka Young Puds. We have a new tech, Messenger of Peace, that we're going to continue showing off. And also we have a Blackwing player. And if you guys have been around on this channel, you know that that can only mean one thing. That means that we are going to deal with a salty individual. And what could be more fun than that, right? So he's going to open up with a Bora set to pass. I am going to play it cool, play it chill. You know, we have full combo here with Supervised Foolish SSN. So now it's just a matter of getting that combo to stick. I think a Gold Sark for a Trunade would be more than prudent. And then we're just going to slap down the Messenger of Peace and pass the turn. You know, no need to do anything fancy. Ideally, this will just keep him from being able to attack, right? Nice and simple. And then we are going to be able to find our way to Giant Trunade, and win the game from there. So, pretty simple game plan. Unfortunately, our opponent is going to have exactly what he needs to you know, get in our way. He's got the one of MST in his deck, pointing out that it's a one of. It'll be relevant in a little bit. Just be a little patient with me. Work with me, guys. Let me take you for a little stroll down the salty hallways of Dueling Book. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and drop the Kalut. I see that and I think, okay, I'm about to get deck devied. That's fine. I don't have any monsters in my hand. Surely you're not maining Eradicator. That would be crazy. But then he just passes. From where I'm sitting right now, of course, I can see that, well, that's because he has Dark Arm Dragon, right? But I'm not so sure. So I am just going to go ahead and set just the Solemn Judgment. Nice and simple. Don't want to play into Icarus or anything like that. And I'm going to pass the turn. He, however, is going to Icarus, sacrificing his other back row just to get rid of that Solemn Judgment. So clearly we're in trouble, and let's see exactly how bad things are for us. He has Blizzard into Bora, into Goyo. That makes 3 darks, and he can drop that one of Dark Arm Dragon and win the game. So pretty good for him. Doesn't matter. I'm not phased. We're going to side up. We're going to go to game 2. We're going to go to game 3, and we're going to take the match. So this time we get Giant Trunade right off the rip, but we are wanting for a little more of a combo piece. Miracle Fertilizer means there's more possible draws that will get us to combo, but we are still not quite there. So I'm just going to set Mirror Force, and I'm going to pass. Nothing to it, right? Our opponent is going to go ahead and normal summon that Bora, swing in for 1700 big points of damage. Absolutely no reason to waste a whole Mirror Force on one Bora. Seems terrible to me. We're going to pick up a Gold Sarcophagus now, which I'm feeling pretty good about. But I'm figuring that DDR is going to be my way in, and I want to see if I can, you know, just find one more useful card. So I hold off on committing the Gold Sark right away. Probably could have just used it for Lone Fire now, but you know, I want to play everything close to the chest. I want to appear as weak as possible. Sun Tzu says to appear weak when you are strong, and to appear strong when you are weak. And right now, I think we're actually pretty strong. Giant Trunade, Gold Sark, DDR, these are really powerful cards to have. So appearing weak with just a draw pass seems kind of good to me, you know? You see what I'm getting at here? Anyways, our opponent is going to normal summon the Vayu, Emblem of Honor, bring another Bora into play. So really just trying to go wide and close out this game fast. And we are going to have the aggressively hard punish with that Mirror Force. So that'll be that. And then we're going to pick up a Hidden Armory for turn, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Exactly what I was looking for by waiting a turn for the Gold Sarcophagus. So here we go. We're going to Gold Sark. We're going to DDR to discard the SSN, pick up the Lone Fire Blossom onto our field, use its effect, Lone Fire for the second Lone Fire. Got to play around DD Crow because it's game 2. Here comes a Giga Plant, and now we'll activate Hidden Armory, picking up that Supervise that we just milled. Seems pretty good, and our opponent is going to scoop it up. We did have game there, no problem. I appreciate him for not wasting any more time. You know, I think at this point, we all know what the GIGAVISE combo looks like. If I'm getting that far, it's probably over for you. Here we have another fantastic hand. We have Messenger of Peace to slow things down a little bit. We've got a Heavy Storm ready to go, Book of Moon for a little bit of defense, and then of course Furt and Hidden Armory. So All we're looking for now is a little bit of Lone Fire Blossom. Our opponent's going to hit us with that classic set 2 pass, and here we are going to Gold Sark right away. All I want to do is just live long enough to get this Lone Fire to stick around, right? Get the Lone Fire to resolve, get it into the graveyard. Burt plus Armory will do the rest alongside Heavy Storm. I could even normal summon the Lone Fire. You know, it doesn't matter if it gets interrupted. I don't care. I'm going to follow up with Heavy Storm in the future. So we'll pass it off to our opponent. He picks up a Sirocco, which is of course completely useless and dead. And we're just going to pass again. Messenger of Peace doing its job, making me feel very safe. Of course, our opponent does have double Dust Tornado, but I don't know that. He knows that. That's fine. He'll swing in under the Messenger of Peace with the Vayu. I do not care about 800 points of damage. Pick up a Dandelion for turn, and we're also going to pick up a Lone Fire Blossom. Also, guys, I want you all to say good job to me. Normally I don't ask for kudos, but this is me remembering to pay the maintenance cost of Messenger of Peace. So, you know, I know you guys have all seen it. I love to forget to mill with Light Sworns, but not today. I'm remembering to pay my my tithe, as it were. I feel like that's the theme of this, right? This is your tithe to keep Messenger of Peace onto the field. There you go, right? And here we go. So we're just going to normal summon the Lone Fire Blossom. It's going to hit with Royal Oppression. Again, I just don't care. I just don't care. And now here comes Mask of Restrict. So lots of scary back row for us. But ultimately, I'm not too worried. I'm not seeing a Solemn Judgment. I'm not seeing a Starlight Road. He's going to go ahead and DT the Messenger of Peace, but 2,000 damage is a fine amount for us to take. I am not even remotely concerned. We have Heavy Storm. We're going to use that. We're going to Fertilizer. We're going to bring back the Lone Fire. We are going to use its effect to summon out a Gigaplant directly from deck. I kind of am thinking, one, probably doesn't have DD Crow because he would have used it on Fert. And two, if he does have DD Crow, maybe I can bait him into using it now as opposed to on the Supervise, because we could just summon the Copy Plant from hand and continue playing. And even with SSN, we could get that second Lone Fire out. So that's why I don't go second Lone Fire there. I think that makes a lot of sense. Here we're going to hit an Armory and pick up Supervise. And folks, it is now time for the moment that you are all waiting for. Our opponent says, where this hands comes from. You taking Heavy or Trunade? Without that, you losing 100%. And folks, you know, I could be losing 100%. And it doesn't really matter because we are not. And I don't know about you guys, but this mindset I've always thought is ridiculous. Like, this is a card game, right? There are variants, but you're not gonna, you know, sit across from someone at the poker table, right? And you know you have a flush draw, right? And you know they hit a full house on the river, and you at the same time when you hit your flush draw, you know, and you you know you bet, you get through it, you show your cards to your opponent, and you know you're not gonna you see that you've lost, right? You're not gonna say something like, oh well, if you didn't have a 7 in your hand, I would have beat you, my flush would have been good. It's like, of course, but you didn't, you know. You guys know the expression, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride? Yeah, well, beggars aren't riding, you know. The wishes are not horses. I did have Heavy, I did have Trunade, and you did lose. I admit I drew some very powerful hands. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah, you got completely savagely outplayed, you got whatever. I'm not even trying to say that, but like, don't give me this without that you losing 100%. Like, you know, you're giving me conjecture based on things that are just didn't happen. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna make too much more of a big deal about it. We can just jump into to a little quick ladder game at replay. Man, that was a fast one, just 10 minutes. It didn't take too long to play either. So let's see if we can get a match going here. Meanwhile, I was looking at my bookshelf, just you know, trying to think. Someone asked me for a movie recommendation. I gotta be honest, you guys. I was thinking about that the other day in the shower, and like I don't really know if I have too many great movie recommendations. I think I've talked about like The Men Who Stare at Goats, and other than that, like the movies I've seen are like super basic, or maybe not really, something that I'm like keen to recommend. I mean, like The Double Life of Veronique, fantastic film. Not for everyone, so I'm not gonna sit here and recommend that. And I just don't watch a lot of movies, especially recently. I'm not watching movies. I'm not watching so much TV. It's tough with the baby. I don't have a ton of time, and that's kind of okay. What movies do I like? I mean, of course, like I was a teenage boy. I liked watching Tarantino movies back then. I used to like MCU stuff. My dad would take me to see all the movies at midnight. I have a lot of good memories doing that, but ugh, that's really miserable. Crap dust shoot. Oh no. You have to put back one of my bricks? What am I gonna do, dog? What am I gonna do? Titanium. Okay. Sure. No problem, boss. SSN? Is that okay? SSN is okay. All right. We are in business. Let's go Lone Fire. We'll go Lone Fire for second Lone Fire here. Or Gigaplant. How about that? All good? Any complaints? Okay. All right. He said no. Let's go second Lone Fire. Let's go Coffee Plant. How about that? All good? Okay. It's not torrential. It's not bottomless. Not anything like that. We would have used torrential on the Coffee Plant coming out. We would have used bottomless on the Gigaplant. Let's make our Tool Dragon. So this means it's definitely some sort of battle trick, or it is a bluff. Battle trick or bluff. Let's see. We have Book of Moon, which we could use to play through the young. What do you call it? The young D prison. I think maybe we go for Stardust here. Hey. I think we do go for Stardust here. And go for Stardust with the Gigaplant. We could make the Stardust with the Power Tool Dragon to preserve the Gigavise. Oh, you know what we could do? Guys, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Everything good? Everything good with this summon? Would you like to do something yet? He says, okay, all right. We have a Giga in our hand, so we can actually use the Black Brute Drago. Threatening Roar. Dog. That's such a disappointment. That's such a disappointment. I mean, I guess I was technically right. That was a battle trick. Heavy Storm. Yuck. Yuck. Is there a world where we Book of Moon Brute Drago so you don't have anything to Ab-Zero crash into? No, I don't think so. I think we chain Book of Moon on our Tool Dragon. How about that? Brute Drago probably was correct. I don't know. It would be pretty costly for you to Miracle Fusion. I can't see you having Miracle Fusion and then also having an out to the Gigaplant that's coming back, and then also being able to Brain Con. Okay, so we should have put the Brute Drago face down. Okay. All right, sure. Let me keep the Power Tool. Oh, well, okay. All right, so that's pretty bad for us. Jeez. Friggin' Ryza. The DDR coming. And we want a Mark of the Rose. And we will take Ryza. Just attack. Just attack. I made some more tiramisu tonight. I'm pretty excited for it. Been making them thicker. That's kind of what I've been doing, an extra layer of oh yeah, sorry. I'm not trying to keep illicitly. Man, that's so, I'm not gonna lie guys, that's so tilting. I could have Book of Moon, correct. I guess you still, the outcome's the same, right? You just you brain con whichever one gets you there. Okay. All right. So SSN is not a good draw. Have to pass, and we have to hope you can't kill me. Is that really what we're doing here? Oh, this is Don Laurent. Played Don Laurent before. Oh, we're going for Substitute. Okay, that makes sense too. And is this just a deal 2,000? Oh no. Okay, all right. This is a deal 3,000 kind of situation. All right, so that puts us on 1,000. You have a Ryza in hand. We need to draw exactly Dandelion. Draw exactly Dandelion. That seems pretty good. Going for a nice stable dupe lock. Seems good. Heavy Storm, not so great. What do we do here? We go DDR, discard SSN, summon Gigaplant, normal Gigaplant effect, summon Lone Fire effect, summon Titanial Ass, and then here comes Treeborn Frog, here comes Ryza, Titanial tributes her, oh god, even worse, he has Maliedge. I think we saw him add that. Whoops. Yeah, guys, I think this might just be end of the line. Much else we can do. There is not. The Ryza's coming down and win. Okay, so let's see. Let's side deck properly here. These cards are all terrible against the frog decks. That card is fantastic. Let's see. Let's see. Divine Wrath seems kind of good. Do this. Do this. Is there a world where we're gonna get blown out by back row? What even back row there be? The one heavy. This should be fine. This should be fine. So anyways, you guys, so I was looking at my bookshelf because I was like, if I don't have a good movie recommendation for you guys, maybe I can find a book recommendation. And I did. I came across Dancing Naked in the Minefield. Not the minefield, the mind field. And this is the memoir from one Carrie Mullis. And this is, if you're into science, if you're into weird stuff, this is a book you should read. It's a really quick read. I read it for the first time in one night. When I worked at the hotel, I just sat down and powered through it. It's something like what? Like a little over 200 pages. So super quick, super easy read. But let me tell you guys, super interesting. Who is Carrie Mullis? If you don't know, not surprised. He did win the Nobel Prize in Chemistry because this is the guy that, believe it or not, invented PCR, the polymerase chain reaction, which if you do pretty much anything involving DNA, you are doing something with the polymerase chain reaction. It is a big deal. It's how you make a whole bunch of copies of DNA, and Carrie Mullis is the guy who came up with it. Now, Carrie Mullis is an interesting fellow, to say the least. The cover of this book features a shirtless Carrie Mullis holding his surfboard. At some point in the book, Carrie Mullis claims that while he's not the greatest surfer in the world, he could certainly, quote, hang with the best. So, definitely interesting. The guy is clearly a genius, but he definitely marches to the beat of his own drum, for better or for worse. That's for you, the reader, to decide. I know what I think, but in case you guys do read this book, I'm not going to tell you what I think about Mr. Mullis, because I don't want to color your opinion. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like my opinion actually matters, but you know, anytime someone else gives an opinion, that is automatically going to put you in a bias. So I'm going to try and prevent that. I'm going to let you come up with your own opinions about Mr. Mullis on your own. However, I thought maybe it could be fun to read a little paragraph from Mr. Mullis's book here. Let's see here. What could we find that's good? This is from a chapter titled, What Happened to the Scientific Method? And I'm just going to read you guys the last paragraph of this chapter with very little context. Perhaps the best solution for our anxiety is to do exactly what our ancestors did. Build some churches in the Gothic style. Fill them with nice art. I like pictures in bright colors of stern-looking people with halos, but whatever works is okay. Bring artisans from Sweden to build pipe organs, and sponsor composers from Germany, Poland, England, and New Orleans to write some hymns, castrate some young boys for the descant parts, and come every Sunday to sing together and pray for our souls. Keep the Freon. We'll need the churches to be air-conditioned in the summer. So, I don't know. Maybe I think that paragraph can give you a good idea on if you want to read this book or not. Like I said, I think it's pretty funny. I think it is a very enjoyable read. What happened? How did we get that in the graveyard? What did you do? Oh, okay, you summoned Swap Frog. That's fine. Well, in that case, I think we just go battle phase and we attack the Treeborn Frog, and we set this nice little bluff SSN because we have SSNs to spare. And now we pass it off to our opponent. It looks like we're not being hit with a Light and Darkness Dragon. In fact, we're not being hit with Treeborn Frog at all. Our bluff is super effective. It has convinced our opponent that we are playing some sort of torrential tribute gambit. That's fine. Play safely. Let me show you what safe play gets you around these parts. Go and pick up a... I think we go for Lone Fire Blossom here. We use its effect. Is that okay? Is that alright? It is. We're going to get the second Gigaplant out of the deck. How about that? Is that okay? Nice. And then we'll hit an Armory. Nice. Didn't mill a Supervise, so it means we'll have 2 in deck. We'll pick up a Supervise. We will equip it to our Gigaplant. Still all good? Oh man, that's still all good. And here I think what we want to do is... Okay, so I'm a little torn. I'm thinking, you know, it could be correct because I want to do Stardust and Titanium, right? But I think we want to go for the Stardust first because I'm more concerned about Torrential than a discard trap. Here's why. I know there's only one copy of Torrential and he probably has multiple copies of discard traps, but the fact that he played around Torrential, I think sometimes people tend to play around the big threats that they're seeing in their hand because they're seeing it, it's on their mind. So we're going to use Gigaplant's effect first. I'm going to summon Lone Fire. And we'll go for Nettles. How about that? All good. Love to see it. Boom, bang, boom. Stardust, Dragon. Supervise for Gigaplant. All good? No complaints? Okay. Here comes Miracle Fertilizer. or Titaniel. Okay. And let's attack. Threatening roar. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna put this under there just so I can keep track. Mind. Alright, standby phase. Here comes Treeborn Frog. Swap Frog as well. He knew he had that. So there's 2 unknowns floating around here. 2 unknowns. How do you like the music? I'm doing the same music in this video as yesterday's video. I had a big problem with copyright a bit ago. So that's a little interesting. Going for big defensive wall up kind of thing. This must be a very weak card. Something not helpful at all. Let's go for fertilizer again, or second gigaplant. Cool. I guess it's probably better to normal summon that. That's okay though. Stardust Dragon attacks Catastor, and use its effect. And we'll go Giga into Swap. We'll go Titanial into Treeborn. And okay, and he made the decision for us. I probably wouldn't have attacked there if we are being honest. If we are being honest. If we are being Kalut. If we are being Kalut, I would not attack into the Gores. Okay, so we are gonna hopefully wrap things up here very, very soon. And come on, just give us the game. Let's go next. Nice. Nice. And I didn't see any real traps, so... Oh, I guess we should take the dust chute out. Guess we should take out the dust chute. Maybe we can end phase snipe something with the MST. Maybe we could return. Let's do that. That seems cool. Alright, folks. Here we are. So, yeah, this, dancing naked in the minefield. There's, what else happens in it? He sees an alien. He tells you about his encounter with an alien. He tells you about how he used to, impress nursing students when he was in college. He rigged up something that would, detect the resistance of electricity on his skin. And he found that he could use that to turn lights on and off, just by using his brain, which is pretty cool. He would show that off to the nurses. He says that if he thinks about something really boring, that would increase the resistance, and if he thinks about something arousing, he would decrease the resistance. So it sounds like his trick was he would look at the nursing student, and that would turn on the light, or maybe turn off the light. Might be a little more tactical, Mr. Mullis. What do you guys think? Let's hit an armory for DDR here. Milling Torrential kind of stinks because we know that this is an opponent who likes to play around that sort of thing. But I guess I could set Chalice here and try and interrupt a, what do you call it? A little bit of a substitute. But this is a deck that can drop Lad. I'm very concerned about Lad. Vanity's Fiend too. Not to tell you guys the truth. So, Chalice is too valuable to risk. Okay. Divine Wrath, I'm more than happy to set. And, I don't know. I'll hold the return. So we need to draw an SSN. He had MST. Cool. I don't think that's a big deal. There's not a lot he can do to, like... Yeah, he could drop an Assailant, sure. Man, Assailant kind of makes return pretty busted. If, I mean, we still have to draw something real here, which of course we didn't. Man, I think we have to now just go set, pass, and hope that Book of Moon gets us there, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Mally Edge. Hate to see that. Have to Book of Moon that. No choice. No choice. Okay, so now this is still fine. All we have to do is draw Lone Fire, and then we win. Lightning Vortex is not going to do it. So, GG. That's okay. That happens. GG, well played. Doesn't say it back, but there's our SSN. Far too late. All right, you guys. Not a bad match. I'm not mad at this one. We probably could have played it a little better, but I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys check out that book. I really liked it. Maybe you'll like it too. And other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe Monday. Haven't decided. Thinking about taking Sundays off forever. You guys will find out if there's a video or not tomorrow. And I'll find that out too. Other than that, you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care, everyone.